What's going on, guys? How you doing out there? How you living your life? Are you doing great? You feeling good? Taking good care of yourself? Living, breathing deep, working hard on your physique and your mental mind? Shane D here, back with another First Listen, and you're going to want to spank my bare hiney. You're going to want to take off your belt, and as my father used to say, blister my ass. Because we're doing a First Listen from Metallica. Believe it or not, I have never heard anything from the, what is it called? Hardwired to Self Destruct album. Nothing. I think that's a 2016 album. Never heard anything from it. I've seen news clippings online where they'll say, there's a 5-angle, camera angle video of Moth to a Flame. And so I know that song is on there. And the other one is Atlas Rise. That's the song we're going to be doing today, Atlas Rise. So that's my only barometer for figuring out a first listen for Metallica off that Hardwired to Self Destruct album is just, I'm assuming it's one of the bigger hits because they've played it before. Let's cut the bananas here, the boonannies, and let's get right to it. Metallica, they have 13,872,224 monthly listeners on their Spotify account. Number one song, can you guess? Could you possibly guess what the number one song is? Nothing Else Matters. And that's 402,145,676 plays. Now, Enter Sandman has a lot more plays than that, but I don't know why it's in the second place. Maybe it's just Nothing Else Matters is played more often. So number two is Enter Sandman with 431 million plays. Of course, Master of Puppets, 221 million plays. The Unforgiven, that's off the Black Album, right? 188 million, and then of course, bong ding dong bong, bong ding dong bong. Can you guess what that is? You're right, One. And that has 190 million plays. Let's just briefly look at some of the albums. I jumped off the train. I learned to love the Black Album, but I jumped off the train through the whole loads and reload years and all of that. And then all of a sudden I heard, guys, they're back, they're banging, they're heavier than ever. And that was the Saint Anger album. And when I heard it, I went, I don't like this at all. And I jumped off the ship and I never looked back. A lot of people have said Death Magnetic is a good album, but I haven't listened to any of that either. So let's go back to the very beginning. You got Kill 'Em All, 1983. You got Ride the Lightning, 1984. You got Master of Puppets, one of my personal favorite albums, 1986, and Justice for All, 88. The Black Album, 1991. And then you get into the loads, you get into reload, you get into Saint Anger, 2003, Some Kind of Monster, Live, Death Magnetic, 2008. A remaster of And Justice for All. I don't know why there's an album here that says Lulu. Does that make any sense to you? Then you've got 2016's Hardwired to Self Destruct. And of course, these guys put out an album and then they tour for 3 years on it because they are the biggest metal band of all time. They are the Beatles of heavy metal. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. They're the biggest band ever. And they have all the money, and they have everything. So, let's look at the related bands. Should we do that? Let's look at related artists. You've got Megadeth. You've got Slayer. You've got Anthrax better be on here. Pantera, Judas Priest, Motorhead, Black Label Society, Anthrax. There they are. Iron Maiden. It's just every big name metal band ever. Testament, Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. So there's your familiar artists. Now you got an image of them here. Let's look at the bio. You got an image of them here, and they're looking svelte. They're all wearing black. Looks like someone took a Photoshop and stretched them out a little bit. 13.8 million monthly followers. Metallica formed in 1981 by drummer Lars Ulrich. and guitarist vocalist James Hetfield, and became one of the most influential and commercially successful rock bands in history. They have sold over 110 million albums worldwide, playing to millions of fans on literally all 7 continents. They have scored several multi-platinum albums, including 1991's Metallica, commonly referred to as the Black Album, with sales of nearly 17 million copies in the United States alone. Garnered numerous awards, accolades, including 9 Grammys, 2 American Music Awards, multiple TV Video Music Awards, and were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in 2009. In December 2013, Metallica made history when they performed a rare concert in Antarctica, becoming the first act to ever play all 7 continents, all within a year. I mean, they're just the biggest band of all time. What's this? Blackened Recordings record label. Oh, they started at Metallica's own Blackened Recordings record label, and debuted, let's see. Oh, okay. Jumping back. Guinness Book of World Record, Metallica's latest album, Hardwired to Self Destruct, was released on November 8, 2016 on Metallica's own Blackened Recordings records. A label debuted at number 1 around the world, selling over 800,000 copies worldwide in its first week. Metallica is currently on the European leg of the Worldwide tour before coming back to North America, where they will play some markets for the first time in 20 years. So there you go. Metallica, they have everything, they own everything, they rock everything. But I've never heard this song, and so we're going to get into it. And we're going to see what we think. Hardwired to Self Destruct, and the song. I'm going to hunt it down here. I just got off the treadmill, and so I'm still sweating. So my earbud wants to pop out like a little pooper. You know, it's just but it's you know, it is what it is. Without further ado, I'm going to give you a little mother's milk, and we're going to hit Atlas Rise. Exclamation point. Atlas Rise. Here we go. Bang! Okay. Definitely Larsy. Yeah! Give me one of those. Oh, this is a long intro, huh? Where's he at? Give me food, give me fire,
Bitterness and burden, curses rest on day. Solitaire and sorrow, all eternity. Save the earth and claim perfection. Heed the mass and blame rejection. Hold the pose, vain perception. Grudges break your back. All you bear.
Oh, great.
All you carry, all you bear, place it right on me. Die as you suffer in vain. Hold on the reins for the pain. Die as you hold up the skies. Atlas Rise.
There he is.
Atlas to feel on your own. Bound by the world alone. Crushed under heavy skies. Atlas Rise.
That Kirk? I don't think James does any solos, right?
Crucifying witness, circling the sun, bastardizing ruin. What have you become? Blame the world and blame your maker. Push them to the undertaker. Crown yourself the other savior. So you carry on. All you bear, all you carry.
some reason that tempo change seems weird to me. It's not a bad jam. I might have to give this album a full listen. There he is. I always like Kirk Hammett. Give me some of that. Got a lot of stuff going on in it, doesn't it? Ooh, you can hear bass. That's old Robert Trujillo. Is that his name? Robert Trujillo. You can hear bass. Lars always likes to do those long, snary rolls. Yeah, there's just something weird about that timing change. That sounds Iron Maiden. This is pretty good. Jesus, this thing keeps going, doesn't it? That would have been a great place to stop it. Solo 2. There we go. There she goes. What's this? Now That We're Dead. That doesn't sound too shabby. Yeah, I didn't mind that. It had a lot of riffage in it, didn't it? It had a lot of, I don't know, but I thought it was pretty good. How do you feel when you're alone? How do you feel when you roam? At Atlas Rise. Pretty good jam to me. I didn't see anything wrong with it. That Saint Anger album, I just couldn't, man, the snare on that thing sounded just like crap. And the whole thing with the tick, tick, tock, tock and all that shit, I couldn't even get through the album and I had to call it quits. This, I may have to listen to the whole thing and see what I've been missing. I've heard a lot of people say Death Magnetic's a fantastic record too, and I couldn't name a song off of it. And I don't think that it's that I'm just some kind of metal jerk boy. It's just that after Black Album they shocked me. It scared me. But I learned to like that album. And then they went with the goth paint and everything and doing Reload and Load and all that. And I just said, that's it. They've went crazy. Metallica has went crazy. And then I see they tried to do the Saint Anger thing and they didn't quite get it right, in my opinion. IMO. But then a lot of people say they figured it out with Death Magnetic. But you know what? Doesn't matter what I say, because they're the biggest heavy metal band of all time. Right? What say you? Put it in the comments below. Tell me what you think of Hardwired to Self Destruct. That's Hardwired, ... to Self Destruct. What's your favorite song on there? What's your favorite song ever from Metallica? How many times? It's not a question of have you seen Metallica? It's how many times have you seen Metallica? I have seen them. First time I saw them was opening for Ozzy Osbourne on Master of Puppets. And then I saw them 2 more times. No. Yes, I saw them 2 more times on the And Justice for All tour. I saw them once with Queensryche and once with Faith No More, and Faith No More was booed off stage. And then I saw them 2 more times after that, and that was when they were doing the Round on the Black album and all of that. But what say you? Put it in the comments below. Tell me what you thought of that song. What do you think of Metallica? What do you think of this album? Put it all below. Be sure to check out my links. Like, comment, subscribe, be my friend. I love you so damn much. I thank you so much for your support, your courtesy, your kindness, your patience, for putting up with my horse shit as much as you do. Gonna blow you a kiss and say goodbye, okay? Here we go. Bye-bye.